Hello and welcome back to everyone, Recipe, and to another edition of Smackdown Out of 10. And yeah, WrestleMania now firmly in the back door, and we're focusing ahead to WrestleMania Backlash. And yeah, the card's already starting to take its shape. Lots of big matches already added to the card. So yeah, it's looking like a good one. So let's get straight into this week's episode of Smackdown, where RK Bro kicks off the show, and I'll recap of last week's promo where Roman Reigns sent the Usos to Raw to unify their tag titles. All of them all said that they were ready to answer the Usos challenge before the Raw tag team titles tonight before the Usos made their entrance. The Usos said that RK Bro was behind enemy lines on SmackDown, which was Bloodline territory. The two teams bickered about their accolades, and RK Bro accepted the Usos title unification challenge before SmackDown moved on. WWE really going on hard in the tag team angle, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great feud, that. And backstage it was announced that Riddle wanted to face Jimmy Uso in a singles match tonight, which Adam Pearce granted. Before we got Naomi versus Rhea Ripley. Ripley had control of the match early on, but Naomi sent her outside before hitting a big ball on the apron. Naomi missed a baseball slide before Ripley took her down on the outside with a clothesline. After a break, Naomi was in control and hit a crossbody from the top rope for a near fall. Ripley went up for the ropes, but Naomi met her and barely managed to dodge a riptide from the top. Ripley then hit a missile dropkick but failed to get the freak out. Both women took each other out with knees before Naomi got a fall at Nelson Slam. Ripley then hit a riptide off a reversal and picked up the victory. Yeah, this gets 7 out of 10 from me. I've been critical of the tag division in the past, but this was actually a really, really good match. Ripley, for me, the right result as well, just building up to their potential rematch. But yeah, this was really good, 7 out of 10. Corbin was backstage and said that Madcap Moss was like his minion or lackey. Corbin said that he felt like a weight had been lifted after they parted ways. Madcap Moss then gave an interview as well, said that he was done being a laughing stock and he would take on Humberto. Moss was taken down early on, and Humberto was showcasing when Angel got a cheap shot on Moss from the apron. The latter came back and caught Humberto off a crossbody and hit an overhead suplex. Moss then hit a spear from the apron, taking out Angel before hitting one more spear on Humberto in the corner. Madcap Moss then hit the punchline neckbreaker and picked up the victory. Yeah, it gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Solid win for Moss, just building up now that he's done with Happy Corbin. It all makes sense. It was fine. Drew Gulak was then backstage being an interview now, and we saw Charlotte Flair asking Adam Pearce, who sanctioned her, to an I Quit match. Drew Gulak was then out in the ring to interview Charlotte, and the Queen claimed that she had never tapped out to Ronda Rousey at Mania. Gulak said that Rousey did, and they'd make her tap out, and the crowd agreed. Flair shut him up and snapped at him, talking about how Gulak quit being a competitor to being an interviewer. Flair then told Gulak to get out of the ring and attacked him from behind after locking the figure 8 and making Gulak yell "I quit" as a message to Rousey. I mean, this was very weird. I didn't see Charlotte Drew Gulak feud coming, but yeah, I hope Drew Gulak is now an interviewer. And yeah, it's kind of just a week passing by in that feud. We saw Gunther and Lingwick Kaiser in a short recorded promo about the Ring General on SmackDown before we got Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn. It's much the same as the last week. Sami Zayn tried escaping the ring but was caught by McIntyre, who tossed him into the barricades at ringside. Back in the ring, Zayn tried to for some belly suplex, but Drew hit a sweet Glasgow kiss. McIntyre then set up for the Claymore, and Zayn ran out of the ring once more to dodge the move. The Scottish Warrior then brought him back, but Sami Zayn ran away one more time, escaping into the crowd like last week as McIntyre picked up the win. McIntyre chased after Zayn, but he was long gone. Just hopefully they can move this feud forward quite soon. And Sami Zayn was backstage and told him he would have to face McIntyre in another rematch, but this time it'll be a lumberjack match at last. And before we got Ricochet versus Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal started off strong and got some strikes in before sending Ricochet into the corner. The champion then came back with a dropkick before getting a standing moonsault for a near fall. Shanky then dropped Mahal out of the ring, and Ricochet took them both up with a dive to the top. He brought Jinder back in the ring and brought him up for a shooting star press before picking up the victory. It gets a 6 out of 10 from me. I mean, look, it's kind of a pointless match. I don't know why he had it, but it is what it is. 6 out of 10. Sheamus, Rich Holland and Butch were then backstage, and they agreed that New Day was a common enemy. Butch disappeared for a bit, and then he was seen beating up the New Day. Because that's what he does, really. He's a bit of out of control, isn't he, old Butch? Lacey Evans then continued their backstory with cringe royalty-free music in the background. Before Natalya and Shayna Baszler were backstage and trash talked the rest of the locker room, but then Raquel Rodriguez showed up and the former tag team champions fled, really picking over Raquel. Anyway, that's a long period of backstage stuff done before we got Riddle versus Jimmy Uso in a mini event. Riddle tried for an early RKO, but Jimmy Uso escaped before regrouping with Jay on the outside. Back in the room, Riddle took a clothesline but managed to hit a gut-wrench suplex before Jimmy hit him with a super kick on the outside. Back after a break, Riddle got near fall off the German suplex before getting a top rope move, but the pop-up Samoan Joe for a near fall. Jay was trying to interfere, but Randy got in his way. Jimmy then hit a baseball slide to the outside before the Vipers dropped him on the announce desk. In the ring, Riddle got a flash knee off the distraction, and then the RKO off a counter, picking up the W. This gets 7 out of 10 from me. Decent match. But yeah, that's kind of all it was. But Riddle picking up the win, just slowly building up to the tag team match because there's still a while to go. But yeah, gets 7 out of 10 from me. Overall, Smackdown this week gets a 6 out of 10 from me. I mean, it was an okay episode of Smackdown. There was some interesting stuff in there, the tag team division, etc., etc. But I don't know, I just kind of felt like it was lacking that star power on this episode of Smackdown. No Roman, no Ronda. Yeah, the show kind of did feel that. But for what it had available, it was an okay show, I suppose. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. So like, share, subscribe, remember to comments down below. For daily wrestling news, subscribe to my channel on the screen, that would be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.